Hi everyone, my name is Muna and I like to read tarot. I hope you all are keeping well and safe during this weird and difficult time. Today I just felt like doing a reading on what messages we need to hear right now during quarantine. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. Please pick the crystal you are most drawn to, or alternatively, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and meditate on which crystal is the right crystal for you. Then refer to the timestamp in the description box below, and I will see you at your reading. Hi everyone! So if you're tuning into this reading, then you picked the first crystal, and you got the Page of Swords in the upright, the Sun in the upright, the Four of Wands in reverse, the Fool in the upright, the Two of Swords in reverse, the Six of Swords in reverse, the Seven of Cups in reverse, and the Knight of Swords in reverse. Off the bat, I get the sense that you are a hopeless romantic. You love love, and I feel like love fuels you. It feeds you. I think it gets you through your day in a sense. I get the sense that you are someone that fantasizes about love and being in a very loving and harmonious relationship all the time. I think it fills up a lot of your day just thinking about love and being with someone. I think it's what you aspire to more than anything, even more so than your career, for instance. It is a big goal of yours to be in a loving and healthy relationship and get married and possibly have children. Probably that's not for all of you, but that is a huge goal, or I would even say dream of yours, to be in a romantic relationship. I don't think you are in one though. Which is probably why you fantasize about it. I get the sense that you dream about it and it almost clouds your vision. You fantasize about it so much that you can't see clearly. And you're very optimistic. Almost so optimistic that sometimes people might call you naive or unrealistic in terms of what you want in a partner or from a relationship. I think you have very idealistic goals that people probably make fun of you for, whether it's to your face or behind your back, I don't know, but there's a very childlike innocence about you that you want to see only the good in people, and you don't necessarily see the bad. I'm not sure whether that's a choice or not. I think that maybe it is. I feel like you always choose to see the good in people and you tune out the bad, and if you do see the bad, you're very understanding of why someone may act in the way that they act, and you're willing to turn the other cheek or turn a blind eye for their benefit because you're very understanding. And at a person's core, you don't believe that they're truly bad. And you choose to believe in the good in people. And I think that's why people call you naive, because that probably puts you in a vulnerable position. But you believe in love so much that I think you believe that's what love requires. I think you believe that's what you should do for someone you love. I Yeah, so I get the sense that that's what you're doing a lot now, especially now, depending on when you're watching this, if you're in quarantine right now. I think because you're spending so much time alone and you're not necessarily spending time with a lot of people, you spend a lot of your day fantasizing about this ideal relationship that you want so badly, that you crave. And it fills you because I think you want this. I think you want a relationship so badly that there's a space inside of you. And because that space is for the relationship that you want, but because it's not present in your life at the moment, the only thing that can fill that space right now is you fantasizing about it. And it makes you feel good, I guess. I guess it makes you feel really good, and it excites you. It makes you look forward to the future when eventually you do get to leave your house, and the possibility of actualizing this goal of yours becomes more likely than it is right now. But I guess this fantasizing of a relationship, it's almost, it gives you a high. And so that high is only temporary. And so eventually when that high comes down, you have to fantasize again to keep it up. It's like an endless loop. I do get the sense that you might have a crush on someone. And with the Page of Swords here, you are keeping you're keeping an eye on them through social media, and a part of you is torn as to whether or not you should reach out to them or not. A part of you wants to, because like I said, you want a relationship, you crave that source of intimacy with someone. And so now when you're trapped in a sense in that you can't go outside and live your everyday life as you ordinarily would, you are more prone to checking out their social media and seeing what they're up to, seeing if they're okay. And I get the sense that it's very it's very difficult for you. I think I just feel like you're very torn as to whether you should send them a message or not. Sorry. A part of you really wants to, but at the same time, you don't want to because you want them to reach out to you. But they're not, which is making it more frustrating for you. So you're wondering whether you should start the conversation or not. And you're also not sure how they'll respond either. Whether if you do message them, the conversation will go on for as long as you would like it to, or it would be just very short-lived. Oh, it's funny. Yeah, so I feel like you also fantasize about the possible conversations that you could have with one another, and the possible things that you could say to them, and how that conversation would play out. You think about it a lot in your head, and you think about the many ways you could start a conversation with them, and how they would respond to you. And I think you've just really mapped it out in your head, how how a conversation with them would play out. But again, you're still stuck in this place as to whether you should contact them or just leave them alone. But the possibility of talking to them just excites you so much that that's so cute. Sorry. Yeah, the possibility of talking to them. I think you feel it's safer to just fantasize about what could be with them than actually be disappointed if you do make contact with them and then it doesn't go the way you turn out. Because I don't actually think this person that you want to contact, I don't think you necessarily know them very well. And so when you imagine the kind of conversations that you would have with them, it really is created purely from imagination, because you don't know who they are as a person. You don't know what speaking to them would be like. And so the fantasy and the idea that you have of them could very easily be destroyed. Because the thing about having a crush on someone is that, for the most part, they're just an idea that you've created in your head, an idea that fills you and makes you excited, but for the most part, I don't usually think that's who they are. When you do, should you get to know them, most of the time, I mean, through no fault of their own, they fall short of the fantasy that you have of them. And so I'm not sure if you're aware that that's why you don't want to contact them. But also I think it's just fear of being rejected. Because you've built this up so much in your head. I think it's very scary to make contact with them and it doesn't go the way you want. I feel like you sense that there's only one shot. You have one shot to do this and you have to get this one shot right. And if you don't, then your chances of ever being with them is over. It's very dramatic, but hey, we're in quarantine. Things get escalated in our head right now. Great. So let me shuffle some cards and see what advice you could get with this situation. Okay, so I shuffled some cards and the 8 of Wands in reverse came out, along with the Temperance in the upright and the King of Pentacles in reverse. I should stop laughing. So, for the most part, I feel like although you have been very active in your imagination in terms of this possible connection, in reality you haven't done anything. You haven't made any form of action that would move you forward towards forming some sort of connection with this person. And with the 8 of Wands in reverse being here, I guess it's telling you you should continue not doing anything and focus more so on yourself. Because when you spend all this energy fantasizing, you use up so much of your energy fantasizing that you don't have enough energy for yourself and what you could do for yourself in terms of other goals that you may have in life. Because you're using up all your energy for something that is non-existent. And you're not acting on this deep desire of wanting a relationship. So you should put that energy into something that you could actually create for yourself in terms of your career or hobbies that you have, something more practical. Because you spend so much energy in your head and in your imagination, you're not creating any tangible results that you could benefit from in your actual life. And I think you should I think you have to catch yourself when you're fantasizing. Although it does fill you up and it excites you and so on, I feel like you have to figure out what excites you in your real life. Find something else that could fill up that space. Because right now, earlier when I said that there's a space in you that you want to fill with a relationship, right now because you're not in a relationship, you fill that space by fantasizing about being in a relationship and being intimate with somebody. Right now, I think you should try and fill that space with something else that excites you, something that is fulfilling to you and to you only, something that doesn't require another person to fill. Figure out how you can fill that space or that void purely by yourself. And with something that would be what is it, the word? I'm hearing figure out what it is that excites you besides relationships. What else excites you? What kind of hobbies do you have? Do you have any kind of hobbies? What hobbies did you used to have that you no longer do anymore, but that you used to love? Try and find that again and develop your skills in it. And you'll find that the more that you partake in these hobbies and activities that excite you and make you happy, the less you'll fantasize about what could be. Because you won't have any time. We only have a certain amount of energy that we could use each day, and you spend so much of that energy in your head fantasizing about things that may never be because you're too fearful to actually act on those desires anyway. So spend that energy elsewhere. And if you do spend that energy if you do put that energy towards activities and hobbies that you find rich and exciting, then you won't even realize how much time you don't spend fantasizing anymore. It will almost happen without you noticing. You'll look back and think, how did I spend so much of my time, so much of my day doing that? And now it's almost like, I don't even have time to do that anymore. I don't know. I think you'll look back and laugh at it. But yeah, that's the messages I'm getting for this reading. That was interesting. I didn't answer the question. Messages that you need to receive now during quarantine. Apparently, get out of your head, stop daydreaming, stop fantasizing. Not that there's anything wrong with those, but when you indulge in it so much that you're actually not doing anything in your actual life, I think that's when it becomes a problem. So I think that's what you should pay attention to and drive your energy in a direction that will actually bring you positive results, tangible results in your actual life. Yes, I think that's it. Okay, he stopped barking. Yep, that's it. Yes, so I hope that resonated with you in some way. And thanks for watching. And have a good day. Bye. Hi, I was just about to shuffle for the next group, and I looked at the back of the deck, and it was the Ace of Pentacles, which reinforces the message of your reading, which is if you spend so much energy and time fantasizing, then you're not making room for any opportunities that want to present themselves to you. You're blocking opportunities from coming forward in your life. So keep that in mind. Okay, thanks. Hi, if you're tuning into this reading, then you pick the second crystal. You have the Chariot in the upright, the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Wands in the upright, the Two of Swords in the upright, the Six of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Swords in reverse, the Ten of Cups in the upright, and the Three of Wands in the upright. Okay. I feel as though you are a very creative person and ambitious. I feel as though you may be an entrepreneur, a real go-getter, someone who has big goals and dreams and has every intention of going after those goals and dreams and making it your reality. I get a leadership quality about you, someone that people look up to. I feel as though a lot of people admire you for going after your dreams because, well, I'd like to think all of us have dreams, but not all of us believe. Well, I think a lot of us think dreams are only dreams and there's little chance of them being real. And so I think people look up to you for believing wholeheartedly that you can make your dreams your life. And it's something that they wish they had. I feel as though they wish they could have your courage and your determination and believe in their own dreams. They wish they could dream as big as you. That's not to say they're not happy in their life, but they just really admire you for that. And I think you almost inspire people to think bigger. It's really nice. But I get the sense that you're very focused. And you almost have tunnel vision. That's not to say that you don't pay attention to the people in your life and those that are close to you, but if you have a goal, nothing will stir you from going after it. But there's also a kindness to you. You have so much fire and passion, but there's still a kindness to you, and people feel as though they can speak to you and approach you, and you are very, very willing to give them advice and help them out along their journey. In fact, I think you like inspiring people. I think you might want people to look at you and know that there's nothing special in what you do, and absolutely everyone can do what you're doing. Perhaps that's part of your purpose, is to give. I feel as though you feel you have a responsibility almost to give back to community, give back to your community or the world, or just to help in general. I think you're very generous. But I don't think you're always in a position to help others or be as giving as you would like to be. And I think you have to be mindful of that, especially now especially for creative people or people that are self-employed during this quarantine. I think it's really affected people in creative industries. And I think that's something you have to be mindful of. As much as you want to help, it doesn't make you a bad person if you can't help as much as you would like to. And I feel as though, like I said, although this is a tough time for people in creative industries or for people with their own businesses, entrepreneurs, which I feel like you have a very entrepreneurial spirit. Whether you have an everyday 9-to-5 job or not, if that is the case, I do feel as though you still have a side hustle that you work on in your own time. And yeah, you pour a lot of energy into it. So whether you do this full-time or part-time, it's very much a part of your everyday life, and it's something that you pour a lot of your energy into, and you have every intention of growing that side hustle or that business idea that you have and making it your full-time occupation. But like I said, this is a difficult time for creative people, people who have their own businesses. And although you're aware of that, you're trying to find the good side of it. You're trying to find, I'm hearing like the gap in the market. You're trying to see where you could benefit from these unfortunate circumstances. What can you're trying to find a way in. Okay. I'm also hearing that slow and steady wins the race. So although times may be hard right now, with the way life moves, I feel as though life moves in waves, and it's never a straight line. You can move below that line and you can move over that line, but you're always going to be moving below it and over it, below it and over it, below it and over it. And right now, this might be a time where everyone feels as though we are very much below the line. But you are trying to find a way in which you can be over it. Because a lot of time, when something bad is happening in the world, it's very easy to tune into the fear that everyone is feeling and just think that the worst is to come and there's nothing we can do about it. It's easy to feel very helpless and out of control. And, well, we can't really control what is happening. But what we find with business people and people who are entrepreneurs, they always try and find the bright side to things. They try and find a way in which they can benefit from a crisis. The time in which everyone is feeling fearful, I think it's been shown time and time again that business-minded people or entrepreneurial people, they handle these situations a lot better because they see opportunities. And I think this is what you're doing at the moment. You're trying to look for your opportunity. And I think it will work in your favor. However slow moving it may be, I think you will find a way in which you can benefit from the current circumstances. What else? I also get the sense that you're a very family orientated person, and they motivate you to do what you want to do. They, your current family, or the family that you want to have. It could be your family, or it could be those that you love very dearly and that are close to you, those whom you consider a family. Like I said before, you're a very generous person and you just want to give as much as you can. I feel like that's your love language. Service to other people and gifts. I feel like you just want to give people, and that's how you show affection, that's how you show love. And by achieving your goals, that will give you the ability to give to those who you love very much. But I am hearing that now, more than ever, is a time for you to be patient. Don't give in to negative thinking, but think about what good could come from this. Think about what you could use this time to do for yourself, what you could do within this time creatively and to your favor. Yeah, I think that's it. 1 second. Well, okay. Well, yeah, it's pretty much what I said before, that it's very easy to give into negative thinking right now, but it's now more than ever where you have to find the strength within yourself. Find that ambition, the ambitiousness and that creativity that usually comes so easily to you. Use those parts of yourself, because that's what's going to get you through this time. Yeah, I think that's it. 1 moment. Okay, I just looked at the back of the deck and it is the 5 of Wands in reverse. So again, I think it reinforces what I said, that a lot of us are giving into fearful thinking right now. And so perhaps the field you're in is not as competitive as it usually is. And so it's reinforcing you to stay on the ball right now. This is your time to move forward. Don't follow the masses in what they're doing right now, because this could be a time of great transformation for you. So, good luck. Sounds exciting. Let me know how that goes. Okay, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day. I hope this resonated with you in some way. Good luck again. Bye. Hi again. If you tuned into this reading, then you picked the 3rd crystal. You got the Magician in reverse, the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, the Knight of Swords in reverse, the Moon in the upright, the King of Wands in reverse, the 6 of Swords in reverse, the Emperor in the upright, the Knight of Wands in the upright, and the 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay. Okay, so I get the sense that you are no longer in your power, or you feel as though nothing is in your control right now, which is pretty fair to say, considering current circumstances. But you feel as though there's nothing you can do, nothing good that you can do right now. Hey. So in terms of work, I feel as though you're very unmotivated to do anything right now. I get the sense that you're feeling just like you want to laze around all day, and that like I just get a tired energy where you're just laying down, scrolling through your phone, looking through timelines on social media that you've already looked through, but you're looking through it again, thinking something new will pop up, something that will grab my attention and, just give me something to feel. I feel like you're very, numb is too strong, but just completely bored and tired. Everything feels the same. What day is it? It's just, you don't, I just feel like you're really uninspired right now. Nothing excites you and it's just so boring. Like everything just feels like one long day. You probably sleep during the day and you're awake at night, and it's just like your routine's out of order and you have no sense of routine, and it's just not there. But I do think that you could be a very creative person. And so, this could be a time for you to delve into your creativity, but again, you're just not feeling inspired to do so. Even if even, I feel like you have attempted to, but you just sit there and just nothing comes to you. You just get a sense like it's just blank. And I feel like you're dying for stimulation. You need something, anything. Um, some of you may be in isolation alone, or you may be with, maybe you live with people that I just get that you're over it. You're just so over it. And they're just, I mean, whether you have good relationships with them or not, but you're just not interested. It's just everything is boring to you right now. And I'm hearing that you should use this time to go into yourself. Oh, gosh. I don't think you like hearing that. But yeah, go into yourself and figure out, why are you bored? Like, why are you? I'm getting I'm hearing that you should get a piece of paper. I'm sorry. I don't know if you like writing or not. But get a piece of paper and just write. Write anything. It could even be, why am I writing this? Why am I doing this? Why am I even trying to do this? It's not, but just keep writing no matter what. Just write a stream of consciousness. And I think I don't know what's going to come of it, but maybe you'll be excited to see what comes of it. Just writing anything down. It could literally be you writing the same word over and over again. But it's just to take you away from the mundane. I feel as though you've been looking at a screen for so long, and you need to get away from the screen for a second. Get away from technology for a second. And that's why I'm saying, like, you should get a piece of paper and just write whatever comes to your mind. Just do something that would just connect you to your subconscious. Because, well, when you do write a stream of consciousness, is that what I call stream of conscious? When you do just write whatever on a piece of paper and you're not truly thinking about it, I think that would come from your subconscious, as opposed to you thinking, oh, I should write this. No, I don't want to use that word. This word would sound better. That's you very much using your conscious mind. But when you write a stream of consciousness, it's just you using whatever, and that's a way of you tapping into your subconscious. And I get the sense that you might be surprised with what would come out of that exercise, what you would find yourself writing, or what revelations you might have in just doing this simple exercise. I'm also hearing you could draw a picture. I don't know if some of you like to draw, just see what comes out of that. I'm hearing anime too. Maybe some of you like anime, and maybe you could create your own anime. Maybe that's a bit far. Is it too far? I don't know. They say dream big, dream big. I don't know. I'm getting off the point. Anyway, do anything. I get the sense that you should really just get a pen or pencil and a piece of paper and just do whatever connects you to yourself again. Like, turn off from everything else. Don't look at social media. Don't watch the news. Please don't watch the news. And just tune into what's already inside of you, but you're just not paying attention to. Do an exercise that will get you to look at what's already inside of you and that wants to come out. And I think you may be inspired, or just it will make you feel something, that it will give you that stimulation that you so desperately want right now. And I think that you will get that from doing an exercise like writing or drawing. Yeah. Even if that's not, because like I said, I get the sense that you're very creative, but I don't know what you are creative in. I don't know if you are a writer or an artist, but just what I feel like by doing this exercise, it might help you in what you usually do, and it will help you find inspiration. And I'm hearing that you should be a father to yourself right now. Because like I said earlier, you've lost all sense of routine. You don't know what time it is. You don't know what day it is. You probably you've probably been wearing the same shirt for the past 5 days. So I'm hearing, be a father to yourself. Give yourself some sort of routine, as hard as it may be to do at first, because I think starting something is always the hardest part. So give yourself some sort of routine to aspire yourself towards, and I think that will help you get out of this rut that you're in. This will help you find your passion again. Let me just see if there's anything else. Yeah, I'm hearing that it is, whatever you're going through right now, it is just a phase. Fear not. This is not your life. This is just, it's just a rut, and you will get over it, and you will step into your power and your creativity again, and you will start doing things that excite you again. But you just need to, give yourself that push. You need to go towards, like, nobody is going to tell you you need to do this for yourself. You have to want to do it for yourself. You're going to have to push yourself to put a routine in place and to want to do creative things. And at first it's probably going to seem very boring, and you're going to think, what's the point? But then I think once you get past that initial resistance, you're going to fall into the rhythm of whatever it is you're doing, and you're going to get excited about it, and time will just fly by, but in a good way this time. And yeah, you will be glad that you did it. You'll thank yourself later, and then you'll start to feel things again, which is great. Yeah. And I'm hearing, don't lose sight of the fact that you have the power to change things right now. Obviously not in terms of this pandemic and the fact that we can't go outside right now and just get on with our everyday life. Obviously that's outside of your control. But what you do in isolation, how you spend your time, that's very much in your control. And so you need to give yourself a routine that keeps you alive, keeps you inspired, keeps you motivated. And that's, no one else can do that for you. So you have to figure out how you can do that for yourself. Yeah. And I think that's it. One moment. Okay, I'm back. So I just pulled 3 more cards for any further advice that may help you. And you got the Fool in reverse, the 7 of Wands in the upright, and the 3 of Swords in reverse. So what I'm hearing right now is that this is a time more than ever that you need to have more faith in yourself and in the universe or whatever it is you believe in. I know it's very hard right now considering current circumstances, but I think you need to find, especially as a creative individual, look for the gaps. Look for how this can help you. Look for how this time that you have, look for how it can serve you in some way, and trust that this could be a time of great growth for you. Not only as a creative, but as a person, emotionally and spiritually, if you are spiritual. I'm also hearing now, because you are having so much, you feel trapped in a sense where you can't go anywhere because you can't go anywhere. I feel like you don't have anything to distract you. Whereas I feel like when you go out and live your ordinary everyday life, it helps you emotionally. Whereas now you can't do anything, you can't go anywhere. Bad feelings that you probably never dealt with completely in the past are now coming back to haunt you, and it's what's putting you in this bad headspace, and you're probably very snappy and defensive right now to those around you, probably even towards yourself. You feel very impatient, and you're in a rut, like I've been saying about 8 times or whatever. So probably give in to those feelings, whatever it is. If you are a creative person, let those feelings that you never truly allowed yourself to process, let it guide you to creating something, creating art, I guess. I mean, a lot of art is inspired by pain. So see how you can benefit from it. But then I think it goes back to doing that writing exercise that I said. You might be surprised to find what you write and what you discover that has been wanting to present itself to you, but you haven't necessarily been paying attention to it or allowing it to come to the surface. So I feel like there's a lot of unresolved feelings within you that you've been fighting, that you've been resisting having to deal with. And I think this is a good time to allow it to come to the surface and just have a conversation with those feelings and be there for yourself. Don't be ashamed of it, and just allow it to be and let it pass. And once you let it pass, then you can get back to your old self. Obviously easier said than done. But yes, that's what I'm hearing. So perhaps that's why this feels very hard for you. It's because you don't want to have to deal with yourself right now. But you you have nowhere else to go. So you can't help but deal with yourself right now. But I'm hearing just trust that it's not gonna hurt forever. And once you allow yourself to feel that hurt, it'll pass, it'll go. You'll probably look back and think, wow, could have done that a long time ago. But holding onto it longer than it needs to be with us is what makes that pain grow. If you just allow it to come to the surface and just allow yourself to experience, to feel it completely, then it'll go. Just like happiness, we're not always completely happy. When something exciting happens to us and we experience happiness for like that sudden burst of happiness, that intense burst of happiness, we only feel it for a short amount of time, but then it subsides, and then and we're not as excited as we were. And I think the same thing happens for pain and for sadness and guilt and shame. At first, when you first come in to contact with it, it's very intense and it feels almost unbearable, suffocating, like we could die. But then, like happiness, it will subside, and that would be it passing. Well, anyway, I hope that resonated with you in some way, and I hope the best for you. I hope you enjoyed watching, and best of luck to you. Enjoy the rest of your day.